News stories like this, that's too much pay grade for cucks like Scotty, Spamton, Mr. Jones, and Cry Your Mama, and few other, the few of the members in the Dirty Dojo land, some of the Brevidians. See, they can't understand when we talk about when cops get put us on the Brady list, when they're lying to the public, or they lie under statement, or they lie on a testimony under oath in court. Yeah, check it out.
Officer's name is now on a list of no officers really want to be on. It's called the Brady list. An officer can wind up on it if a prosecutor says they lied to the public, this time about a brutal murder. Fox 59's Eric Graves covered this story when it first happened, and he was in Richmond today trying to talk with police about what exactly took place.
The Wayne County prosecutor says the assistant chief here at the Richmond Police Department lied to the public when he said 2 murder victims were not Richmond confidential informants. The Richmond Police Department, though, says they fundamentally disagree with that decision. Richmond Assistant Police Chief and Public Information Officer Adam Blanton is now on the Brady list. Indiana University law professor Jody Madeira says it's not something officers want to be on.
And the officers on the list are individuals whose credibility has been called into question in some manner.
It all started when Matthew Johnson and Christine Dixon were murdered and found in a Fort Wayne river in September. This man, Dominique Washington, was arrested for the killings. Court docs filed by the Fort Wayne Police Department backing up Washington's arrest said Johnson and Dixon were confidential informants for Richmond police. But Assistant Chief Bland...
You know, I think it's so funny, too. Instead of these fucking shit puke bags, instead of them calling out police corruption, raising awareness, no, they rather back the blue and weaponize dirty cops, especially Anton Blinder's stupid blue line flags, and place them in his bedroom. And before he goes to bed, he's kissing those flags, you know, especially he's kissing his, you know, his makeshift police dolls he buys from Amazon. He says, I back the blue, I love you police officers. Yeah. Anton's sucking up to the cops, and you got Scotty and a few others sucking up to the cops in their area. They were sitting there saying, oh, I back the blue, I love police officers. Yeah, so that way they could avoid picking up charges for doxing, stalking, harassment, and defamation of character.
And the Richmond police denied that on social media and through an email sent to Fox 59 and CBS 4 News. However, a letter sent from Wayne County Prosecutor Mike Shipman to Blanton and the Richmond police chief in October says Dixon and Matthew were in fact informants on the case. Shipman reveals he also authorized Dixon to purchase drugs as a confidential informant. The letter informed Blanton he was now on the county's Brady list.
Once you are on it, you are pretty much stuck on it unless you can disprove the allegations that have resulted in you being on that list.
We went to the Richmond Police Department Thursday morning. Inside, the chief told me he had no further comment past this statement, in part saying they fundamentally disagree with the prosecutor and his erroneous characterization of the events regarding this decision. Adding the department is reviewing their options to remedy the matter. Madeira says this is typical for officers put on the list, saying there's some controversy around it.
National police professional organizations have said this is not fair. We don't get due process before we are named to the list.
The Brady list letter included a second instance where the prosecutor says the assistant chief lied to the public about the prosecutor's office failing to file charges against a YouTube prankster who duct taped himself to a telephone pole. We reached out to Prosecutor Shipman for an interview, but he did not get back to us by our deadline. As for Dominique Washington, he's due for a jury trial in March for the murders of Christine Dixon and Matthew Johnson. Reporting in Richmond, Eric Graves, Fox 59 News.